known for its lush ancient forest, picturesque waterfall, and stunning natural beauty. Yakushima Island is one of Japan's best-kept secrets. Join us for an unforgettable 3 days in Yakushima and discover why it is the perfect destination for those looking for something truly different.
We are now on board the Yakutu heading to Yakushima Island.
One thing to take note while you buy the ticket to Yakushima, you will need to fill out a form. Inside the form, you will need to fill out your particulars.
Yep, as well as the cabin class.
The ferry ticket actually costs us 10,700. We will bring you around the cruise and see what they offer.
We are now about 2 hours in and the water is very choppy. So you might want to consider taking this ferry instead of the small boat, because the small boat is actually faster, but with the water that choppy, I think you might vomit. After 4 hours of ferry ride on choppy waters, we made it to Yakushima Island.
We just got our car and now we are heading for lunch.
The car rental staff told us that this restaurant is a must try, it's delicious, and we also found out online that it's a must try and it's delicious, so we have very high expectation of it.
We have chosen to eat at Katagiri-san, and I have ordered their signature Hisumabushi. And there are 3 ways to eat this. It's actually similar to the way of eating unagi. It's just that they replace the unagi with a frying fish, which is also one of their local specialty. So I will do the first kind of eating, which is to eat directly from the bowl. The frying fish has a very unique flavor. So after I tasted this, I will add the condiments for the second round, and the third round I will pour the soup here.
So I ordered the fried frying fish. I will just take a bite. Actually, it has quite a unique texture to it. It reminds me of the texture of filet fish. It's not really very oily. This looks like namban sauce. Yeah. I think it's because the fish has different sections, so you can taste like each section peeling off. Quite the unique texture, not bad. When we disembark from the ferry, it's really getting late, so we are kind of unable to go to any of the hike today.
Some fact about Yakushima Island. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and it has more monkey and deer than human. It's like 20:1. And it's the wettest place in Japan. It's actually a home of Yakusugi, Japanese cedar trees which can grow up to 1,000 years. That's all about Yakushima, and we are going to explore the island now.
Behind us is the Oko-no-taki waterfall. It's quite magnificent. It's standing at 88 meters tall and there's different streams. The one in the center is like the one that is gushing all the way down very quickly. And the side is just like a cascading waterfall. And you can get here by driving. The car park is just a few meters away from the waterfall, so there's no hiking involved. After we left the Okonotaki waterfall, we drove past the Nakama Bayan tree.
I think people will seldom go because it's within a residential area.
It's like a very nice archway and it doesn't show up on Google Map. We saw it on the map that the car rental staff gave us, and then we actually visited two of the iconic outdoor onsen here at Yakushima Island. So the first is the Yudomari hot spring. While we were there, there's actually people in the onsen. The other one is called the Hirauchi Ocean Hot Springs. This has a operating hours based on the tide. While we were there, it's actually high tide, so there's no way you can actually access. So I guess that is all for now. Our first day of Yakushima Island.
I feel that it's a very peaceful island. The people here are very friendly. You can actually tell when you're asking them questions and directions.
Tomorrow we will probably be checking out 1 or 2 hikes, so we will see you tomorrow. Today, our itinerary will be Shiratani, Unsui, Gorge. There are several trails. If you want to visit the moss-covered forest, you need to take the most challenging hike.
This gorge is actually inspiration for the anime called Princess Mononoke. They have very nice background scenes of those forests, and I hope it will be the same later.
We'll be driving there and see you when we get there. Oh man. The way down is much worse than the way up.
But it is faster.
I think overall it is a great place to hike, but do come prepared.
There are actually free cane for the hikers.
Yes, if you didn't buy any and you need a cane for support, do take note that right at the entrance they allow you to borrow one, but you have to return it back to the same place. Almost all section of the hike is just very nice.
Every time I lift my head up, there is always a wow factor. Time for lunch!
So one thing to note about Yakushima Island is that most of the restaurant has a 2-seating system, so most of them closes at around 2 to 2:30 p.m. And so, without a place to eat, we stopped by the supermarket where we bought onigiri. Egg beef croquette looks pretty good, and then salmon sushi. Let me try this. Next up, salmon sushi. The last item is the onigiri.
I took a big bite, but I haven't reached the salmon.
For 100 yen, not much you can complain about it. So now that we are done eating our lunch, we'll head to our next attraction for the day, which is the Iso beach. Sun is scorching hot. We are back in our Airbnb and
This is our dinner.
the outside is pitch black. Just now we visited quite a lot of supermarket. The best is actually called Mori Drugstore. That has the best prices.
We got the cheapest onigiri. It only cost us 85 yen.
So we will dig in and see you tomorrow. This morning we are at Kigensugi. Kigensugi is the only cedar tree that you can get to just by driving.
Try to come early to avoid the traffic.
If you want to visit the Yakusugi Land, usually the route is you come here first and then after that you go down when it opens at 9 AM. So we will see you when we get to Yakusugi Land. We are just done with our visit. We chose the second longest, easiest route. The route is mostly on wooden pavement as well as stone pavement, so it was much better compared to yesterday. Even for a short 50 minutes trek, we saw quite a lot of Yakusugi.
If you look closely, the trunks also have unique features.
Now that we are done visiting Yakusugi Land, we will be heading for lunch at the only Soba restaurant in Yakushima Island. We will see you at the restaurant. I have ordered the hot soba with beef slices. Let me taste. I don't really like to eat soba noodle, but this is quite unique. The soba is really soft and chewy. They actually have yuzu strips. You can actually taste the yuzu in the soup. Definitely worth a try to come here.
I ordered the cold soba. There is seaweed, radish, egg, onion, also onion. Time for me to taste it. The texture of the soba is really good. It's very dense and chewy at the same time. I never tasted this kind of soba before.
We are just done having our soba noodle at Kirankuya. There's actually a difference between the texture in the hot and the cold soba. The hot one is a little bit softer. The cold one has a harder, chewier texture.
I read an article about this soba shop. It's actually operated by a couple. They actually had early retirement and decided to go to Yakushima to operate this soba shop. It's sort of like their passion.
It will be a 4-hour journey back to Kagoshima and another 2-hour to Kumamoto. We'll probably end our day at Kumamoto. We will see you.
Bye bye!
I think no matter how we try to open it correctly, it always come out wrong. We found another supermarket that sells sweet potato, and guess what Bonnie is doing now?
Eating sweet potato in the car.
And we just had lunch.
This is like a dessert. We will show you the video of the sky in Yakushima. You will see the starry night.
Right where we have parked our car to see Kigensugi, there's actually another one here, but it hasn't have any name. So this shall be named the Bonnie and Sean Cedar tree.
This is Spider Sugi.